Good afternoon, everybody. It's Frost. Here I am with another Starsector video. Another one, but I thought I died. I did. But in Starsector, when you die, it's not the end of the game. We respawned back in the good old Corvus system around Jangala, where we started only 6 episodes ago. And we've been given a new ship. We've lost all of our money. We're down to 2,000 credits. But we have been given a Lasher. It's not a Lasher D. It's fine. It's not a bad ship to start off with, to be honest. I'd be quite happy with this as a new game ship. So we're still Frost. If we go into the character screen, we leveled up as well actually at the end of the last fight, but I didn't have time to do it. So we still have our bonus weapon damage and our ballistic and energy projectile speed. We still have our increased top speed, acceleration and maneuverability. We're about to get extra flux dissipation while venting. We have one more point to spend, and we've got to make the choice between increased missile speed and maneuverability, which is actually I quite like. The level 5 for that gives us increased missile rate of fire and missile weapon ammo, and I kind of just fire my missiles wildly, so that might work well for me, just having more of them. This gives us reduced hull and armor damage taken, and also gives us the automated repair unit hull mod, and at level 5 we get less crew loss, less overload damage, and less EMP damage taken, which is pretty good as well. We've got target analysis, which increases the damage, plus hit strength for target armor damage reduction only. Plus hit strength for target armor. Oh right, we do more damage to the enemy's armor. Durr. I couldn't parse that in my head properly. And also gives us double damage to enemy weapons and armors at level 5. And there's evasive action, which gives plus 75% maneuverability at level 5. So I think I'm going to work on evasive action and damage control. I'm going to start and put 1 point in here just for -2. Okay, so we need to get back on our feet. How are we with factions and standings actually, just to remind myself? So the Hegemony like us, the Church haven't encountered us, the Sindrin Diktat aren't too annoyed with us, Tritachyon are a bit pissed off with us, the Independents like us, so I think we need to avoid Tritach for now. We may have to look at them becoming an enemy. I think we might head out to Sindrin Diktat space because we haven't really been there yet. Let's see if we can just buy or sell anything interesting in this system. With 2,000 credits, we're going to struggle. Let's see, we have machinery for 25 credits per unit. Wow, we can fill our cargo bay. We should find somewhere to sell it. Let's have a look at Intel. The old heavy machinery game, back in it. Well, it's still going for a lot at Dawn, but we know that Dawn's very difficult to get to. It's going for 540 in Orthus and Samara. Samara's a Hegemony system, but Orthus is a neutral world. It might be very risky doing that run, but I think it's worth the try. I mean, it's like a 10 times profit on this run. So we'll buy them on the open market because they're cheap enough that it doesn't really matter to us. 40. We'll buy a little bit of fuel as well because it's quite cheap. Let's just fill up on fuel. It is cheap. Says the guy with no money. Let's just buy a little bit of fuel. That'll do. We've got plenty of crew. We've got plenty of supplies. We've got plenty of machinery. Okay. Let's use up all of our money. What we're going to do is we'll just leave. So we're back up to speed 10, which is nice for escaping. Why did we get independent improvement for trading with? Oh, we got a bounty. We got a bounty payment for killing those pirates when we died. Oh, I'm not expecting that. I didn't realize I'd get a retroactive bounty. You notice it's also November now, so the time's moved on a little bit in game since sort of in-game story is that we spent a little time recovering from having just an escape pod. And this is our. Oh, we should turn off the. Right. So yeah, it's sort of taken some time for us to get back on our feet. Let's just sneak through here. Oh, there's a huge Hegemony. Oh, it's actually Hegemony Mercantile Convoy. God, I can't speak for tonight for some reason. Let's have a look. We're very close to Samara. We're gonna have to turn this back on because we don't want the Hegemony to get annoyed with us. Is there a jump point for Orthus? Just the fringe. Let's jump into the middle of the system, and we can probably be not too far from our target. So we need to get to Orthus, which is up here, which is actually very close. And that's actually a neutral relay, which is interesting in this hydrocell system. So this Hegemony system. Now there's a Hegemony patrol here, kind of floating around Orthus. So they're obviously picking on the Independents quite a lot. And we really don't want to get caught trading with the Independents because the hegemony really won't like that. So let's stop ourselves in this belt and wait for everyone to clear us, because when we're stopped we have a much reduced sensor profile. And at the moment nobody can see us, so let's go dark. Oh crap, they can see us. No, they couldn't see us. And let's dock at Orthus. There's a hegemony patrol looking for us, but they haven't found us, and we can sell these for a lot of money. That's us back up to 17,000 already. Okay, let's see if there's any ships to buy here. We're just looking for small, simple ships. There's a Hound D. I'm starting to consider buying D frigates just to fill my fleet up. Yes, this one does have degraded engines, which means, well, I can't, no, I don't want the speed. See, degraded engines means, what's our maximum burn speed? 9. Maybe as an addition. We've got a normal Cerberus here, that's not a bad buy. I forgot to check what this ship's actually fitted out with. 2 light assault guns. Oh yeah, I noticed that I forgot to put a forward mount on my Lasher before, when I lost a long time ago. I forgot to put a gun in the forward turret, so I'm sure people were laughing at me for that. 2 Salamanders, 3 light machine guns, and 2 light assault guns. It's not an amazing build, but it's not terrible. Do I buy this Cerberus? Oh, so is there anything for sale here? Not really. I'm gonna buy this Cerberus. We need ships, and it's not a bad price. And we'll make this our flagship. I don't really care about trading in the black market with Independents because they're screwed no matter what. Right, we need crew and we need supplies. Let's get what we can in the black market. We'll go a couple over. Okay, we need quite a bit of supplies. How much are these? 62. Let's get enough. Get 30 supplies. Oops. Okay. We need to refit this ship now. We probably won't be able to refit it very well here. Arbalest autocannon. An integrated weapon design with high per shot damage for its size to connect shells express. I want a good long range weapon. 170 pure accuracy, medium turn rate, 150 damage per second, so it fires 1 shot per second. Range 700. Does kinetic damage, which is good against hulls, but not good against shields. That's kind of the only thing that I can fit in that slot. So, sure, we'll go for it for now. There's a light autocannon we can put there. We're actually out of money. How are we going to make any money? That's something I should have considered. Let's undo this. I think we'll see if we can buy any more machinery first. Oh, I forgot to do something very important. We need to mothball this guy for the moment. That way he's not using up supplies until we're ready to actually use him. So let's see if we can get to eventide and also escape this patrol that's looking for us. But I don't think we're going to, because they're coming straight for us. But then again, we're not doing anything illegal. So let's just turn on our transponder. See if they can actually catch up with us, which they're struggling to do. Come on, guys. Yep, you can scan us. Okay. Yep, yep. Slap on the wrist. So we want to head for eventide. The Sphinx is a hegemony planet. Let's check Sphinx out. I didn't even know there was a planet there. I feel really sorry for the Independents in this game. They don't usually get beaten up so badly. Right. Let's have a look at what they've got here. We could probably make a decent amount of money just running this heavy machinery back across to the other place. Can we carry all that? No, we can't afford it all. Let's see what we can afford. I'm buying on the open market just to avoid, because there's so many patrols around here. I can't afford that much. I was too busy looking at how much cargo capacity I had down here. This white bar, in case you haven't worked it out, is how much cargo capacity I have. Let's just see what's available for refitting here. We've got a heavy autocannon. Triple-barreled cannon that fires a burst of shells at medium range. Kinetic damage, 214 DPS, range 800. That looks really good. And what we got for smaller guns? Light dual machine guns. What we really want is a light dual autocannon, but I'll take a light dual machine gun. So we'll come back here to refit once we've got some cash. Okay, let's head back to Sphinx. Also, doing open training should rebuild our reputation with hegemony. No wonder these guys are screwed though. There's a hegemony base here, and they're over here, and they'll just launch and come for them straight away. Right, so let's do the same as last time. Stop in the ring, go dark, and then float over. We won't make as much money this time. We should still make a decent amount. Yeah, it's fine. It's another 5 grand. What I might actually do is unmothball the Cerberus and just fill it with as many machinery as I can to take advantage of that price, because there's no way we're meeting the demand the place has. Are they coming for us? No. Wow. That fleet's got a huge ship in it. Okay, let's unmothball this guy. I just realized we needed to do something. Versus Folly 3. It will be our ship once we've outfitted it. Now then, there's only 14 left. Oh, there's none left. Well, we'll grab what they've got. And we'll grab what they've got. The black. Oh, they were. What have I just done? Oh, I've gone into personnel. There's drugs here. Can't really make any money off the drugs. Let's just take these over. We shouldn't get in trouble for black market trading for buying such a small volume of stuff. Oops, I went the wrong way around the planet. Arthur's just had a price update. They're still giving us a fortune for these. Okay, let's outfit the Cerberus back at this other base, and then what we'll do is we will cruise the system for more machinery, because we can make a lot of money just supplying Arthus. And we'll get experience for it as well. Nope. Are they coming for us? No. We'll head over to Tigre and see what they've got. Now, I want to talk about refitting for a second. I don't know a huge amount about refitting in this game. The only game I've already played that has this kind of building of your ship and stuff I could find similar is like the MechWarrior games. And I'm not sure if I'm being... my Wolf Fits, the first one with the phase beam, I don't think was very good. It was really running too hot. The second one I had, the ship I just lost in the last video, I thought that was pretty good. It was running really well. It wasn't running too hot. So I think you have to think about the strength of the ship you're going to be flying when you build it. Now, the Cerberus has tons and tons of armor, but it doesn't have a shield. And you need to keep that in mind. Like, it's going to be just face tanking a lot of damage. But I really like, look at this heavy autocannon. That's going to cost us 10 ordnance points, which is a quarter of the maximum amount we have. So we need to be careful. Like, if I put 3 light dual machine guns on it, then I'm not going to have... Well, I'm going to have a decent amount left, actually. No, I just put a light machine gun on. That's not what I want to do. So, what's the difference between a light dual machine gun and a light machine gun? It has 208 DPS, it has a very fast turn rate and a good accuracy. The only difference seems to be that it's actually just better by the looks of it. So we'll just get these for now. I might actually put an autocannon on the front instead of a dual machine gun. What type of damage is this? This is kinetic. They're both kinetic, okay. There's another type of damage called fragmentation, which you don't want, but I'm going to go with this. I think this will work. We just have to be standoffish with it, not get pulled into fights and just bombard things from far away, and try and use the Phobos to lead fights for us. So let's auto-build our weapon groups. Now, one mod I want, because this ship hasn't got shields, there's a mod called Blastors, which increases hull integrity by 20% and reduces crew casualties by 50%. And since we're taking all of our damage on our hull, increasing hull integrity by 20% seems pretty good. On some ships like the Wolf, it doesn't have a lot of hull, so that 20% isn't a lot, but, you know, 20% of a big number is more, yeah, 20% is better. I'm not going to embarrass myself by making bad mathematical statements. I don't really think we need to worry about hardened subsystems. I don't want to use the unstable injector because it changes how ships work completely, and I'm not good enough at the game to mess around with that, and we don't have anything that has ammo, so we don't want expanded magazines. We can get more mods by leveling up as well. Okay, so at the moment we're producing 374 flux if we're firing all of our guns at the same time. Look what I just noticed. Okay, that's going to have to be a light machine gun then. So we're just 283 flux a second. So that's something actually. Yeah, point defense. I think actually I want to put a light autocannon here because light autocannon's primary role is close support, and the dual machine gun's primary role is point defense. It's the second item after mount. And then this thing, oh, why did I remove that? This thing's also close support, so I think that works, right? We want to try and... So... Do I want to increase my flux capacity a bit? I think I do. Let's do something I always forget to do. We can jump into the simulation to actually test the ship out. So we'll put it up against... We'll put it up against the Lasher D, because that's a pretty common opponent when we're fighting pirates. And we'll just see how this does. So I've got both weapons slaved to my mice. With low combat readiness because the simulator is using my actual combat readiness. So I've got both guns slaved to my mouse. You can see we've got a really good range of fire. Okay, that's pretty good for flux. We're not producing too much. We've got a decent rate of fire, and that's actually producing quite a lot of flux on him. So that's him overloaded. How quickly can we actually burn through his health now that he's overloaded? I did not mean to do that. That's our special ability. It's like a boost. So just be patient with this ship, I think, is the order of the day. It's got a decent rate of fire. The projectiles travel quite... I think without my projectile upgrade, this would be quite difficult to fly. And we're taking a lot of damage. But if you look at the bottom left, we haven't actually... It hasn't actually gone through our hull yet. It's very inaccurate, though. Very, very inaccurate. I want to get back into something like a wolf quickly, but this will let us carry the things we need. It's taking a long time to get through this Lasher's hull. In fact, the Lasher's getting through our hull faster than we're getting through its. Oh, we've lost an engine. Computer's flying this very well. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm not very happy with the ship after testing the simulation. I don't think the heavy autocannon is what we want. Let's try the Arbalast autocannon, and we'll take slightly more capacity and a little more venting, and just see how that works out. Just to compare it. So we'll do the same, we'll go up against the Lasher. And this is what I should do more of, is just test your build. Oh, I didn't really put a waypoint there. Okay, totally different rate of fire. Much faster turning speed by the looks. Yeah, I know we got low combat readiness. Seems to make a really big impact when it hits. Does very little damage to their hull though. If you hold down shift you can strafe, which is something I need to do a lot more as well. We're giving him very topped up on heat. There you go, he's overloaded him. We just seem to be unable to break through the hull. We can take the shields down really easily. I think we'll keep the Arbalast autocannon for now, but we'll be on the lookout for something better. I think that's the best way to play it. Let's leave for now, and we'll head to Eventide. I hope we don't get in trouble for that black marketing we just did. If nothing else, we've got decent cargo capacity now. We've got 2 fast ships, and I think they both have shielded cargo bays. I know that this has a shielded cargo hold. Commonly found on ships that can't always rely on shields to protect their cargo from constant radiation. Only a few tweaks are needed to have the shielding confound long-range cargo scans, reducing the possibility of contraband being detected. Okay, it's only this guy who has the shielded cargo base. Right, Eventide is a tiny locked world that was found to otherwise be an ideal candidate for terraforming. So there's another terraforming planet here. See all the orbital mirrors? That's quite cool. Okay, we have very cheap machinery. Well, not very cheap machinery. We do have a lot of machinery, so we could move that back to Orthos. They're buying them for 343 now, which isn't terrible. What have we got in the way of black market goods? Everything's quite expensive here. Ships, just to see. We have shuttles, lots of venture cruisers. The Sunder, undamaged, that's a good ship. Light carriers, a Wolf D. I always see this thing, the Shepherd, and I wonder if it's good or not. It's a drone ship, but I think it's supposed to be a civilian. Yeah, hull mod, civilian grade hull. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's good hull for actual combat. Let's have a look. Hull integrity 1200. Hull integrity that's 1750. If it sits at the back, what kind of oh, it's got terrible weapons. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing really that exciting going on here. Let's buy as much machinery as we can, and we'll sell it. Oh, that's expensive. There's another planet in this system, isn't there? Wait, are we really low on something? Yeah, we're really low on supplies. Let's just grab some supplies here. They're reasonably cheap. We'll go up to 40. It's because we're getting the Cerberus ready. Oh, actually, that's something we need to do as well. Let's put ourselves in this ship. And what we'll do is we'll repair our ships here so that they're not repairing while we leave. And we're going to head for Tigre City and just see what they're selling machinery for. If I can click on them, there we go. And we'll just cruise through this system as quick as we can. See, we're already back on our feet. Like, completely losing wasn't too much of a disaster for us because we kept our skills, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I think it's just like part of the learning experience. You know, you get kicked when you're down. We just have to make it up. Let's see what we got. Slightly cheaper machinery, that's good. We can probably top up on it here. I forgot to check for weapons in the other place like an idiot, but I can see an assault chain gun, which is something I kind of want. Let's see what ships they have for sale. Nothing that exciting on the open market. I've got another Lasher for sale. Don't really want another Lasher though, I struggle to fit them as it is. What have we got to replace this Arblast autocannon? There is an assault chain gun, which only does 60 damage, but it has a DPS of 400. It just fires incredibly quickly. And I think that fits my style of just wildly firing a lot better than the Arblast autocannon, which needs to be aimed. So we need to free up 2 points, which I can do by that. Let's strip this. Let's put the assault chain gun in. Let's set up our weapon groups. And we actually haven't bought it until we leave this screen. So if we run the simulation, we can test it out. So let's do the same again against the Lasher. And just see how this performs. I think that's much more my style of gun. It makes up for my terrible accuracy. And it doesn't have a terrible range either. It doesn't overwhelm his shields as much though. It produces a lot of flux too. A lot of flux. Maybe we need more flux capacitors on this ship, I think, to run this gun. See, one thing we've got here is we've really built up his... Oh, but it's really breaking through his armor fast. That wasn't bad. I think we can take this. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So what we'll do is, what's our black market suspicion at the moment? Minimal. So if we buy these, then we sell the Arbalest autocannon for a terrible loss, and then we fill our cargo up with heavy machinery the rest of the way, at least until we run out of money. And then we'll head back to Orthos and try and shift it for a decent profit. And because we did all that selling on the open market, we should get in trouble for buying the gun on the black market. And if there's 14 machinery on the black market. Fingers crossed, he hopes. I promise that one day I will get to having a big fleet with lots of big ships in it covered in guns. But I'm just really bad at this game. That's a big merchant convoy. Still making a decent amount of money with these, but nowhere near as much as before. But that's a not bad chunk of money. We can look at getting another ship at this point. I would really like to get a carrier, get some fighters on the go. Why don't we leave this system and head somewhere else? Is there anywhere looking for supplies, I wonder? Because supplies seem to be pretty cheap here. EOS Exodus is paying a lot for supplies. 1.6. That was a month ago, though. Which is the Scindian Dictac system? Is it Asconia? It's Saconia. Crewer wants supplies. I wouldn't mind. What about fuel, actually? Fuel's actually worth a lot here. The Scindian Dictat is only on this one system, but they have the same things being illegal as the Hegemony do. They're basically a Hegemony offshoot. Was there lobster for sale in this system? Ah, this is the system you get lobster in, maybe. I think. I definitely saw lobster. Drugs. Corvus is buying drugs for quite a lot. How much can we buy drugs for here? I thought they did have some drugs. No. Supplies are 67. Let's just head over to the Hegemony base that's on the other side of this. Where is it? Or am I just totally lost? Sphinx, it's over here. Nobody's chasing us, right? No. Let's head over here. I think they've got drugs for sale. Yeah, 34. They're selling them for 206 credits apiece. And I think they're buying for 420 on a Sharu, which is pretty easy to get to. The only problem is obviously we're buying on the black market and our transponder isn't off. But we can just try and mask it by buying supplies and stuff. How much is that going to cost? 7,000. Okay, let's just go for it. So we're buying them for 206 each. Medium black market suspicion. So let's load up on supplies on the open market. And that's reduced our risk, and let's also buy lots of fuel. Okay, that should hopefully mask our buying. Now, let's actually check if there is any, if there's any missions involving drugs. No. Okay, any mercenary pilots for sale? No. Okay, let's get out of here. And we'll head back to Corvus, which is a short jump. And if we get scanned, our shielded cargo base should hide the drugs. And they shouldn't get caught, so we can get away with being a bit tricky. Let's turn that transponder. Oh, did they really just come for us as soon as we turned off our transponder? Yep. We should be able to escape them though. He says as it narrowly escapes them. Standing with Hegemony, improved to trade, you've advanced to level 8. You have 1 aptitude point to spend and 2 skill points. However, you are being chased by a Hegemony fleet. Okay, so I'm not going to put any more points into combat. We need to start leveling something else up. So we've got choices with leadership and technology. Leadership is really good for leading a fleet. You get more command points, you get more experience for your crew, and you use up less supplies, which is quite useful. Every level is 3% less supplies. Technology has stuff like your turrets do better. This is quite good. Plus 25% ballistic and energy weapon range. That's a really nice one. More flux capacity for all of the ships in your fleet. Reduced flux dissipation, so increased flux dissipation. More ordnance points, so you can put more stuff on your fleet, so that's pretty good. Excuse me, more armor on all your ships. More ordnance points for all ships in your fleet, and lots of hull mods. Faster ship repairs, and a reduction in terrain movement penalties. Yeah, there's also this industry area down here, but this is only really used in mods at the moment, but hopefully the game will expand and you can build your own space stations and stuff. That's where I really like it to go. So I think what we'll do here is we won't do this level up yet because we're nearly at the end of the video. We'll fly into the core of the system, we'll sell our stuff, and we'll start the next video by I'll have a think about where to put the points, or people could suggest stuff, and we'll go from there. So let's just escape this hegemony fleet. Where are we? We're here. We need to go left. We're out. Right, they're going the wrong way. They can't see us. Perfect. We managed to escape the hegemony fleet. What was in it? Yeah, we want to fight that. Not that we were going to fight it. What's this? Unidentified. We do not want to jump into Jangala while our transponder is off. Actually, we can turn it on. Oh, this is the pirate area. We don't want to be here. We want to get to Asharu, which is right on the other side of the system. What we'll do is we'll turn our transponder on so that the hegemony don't stop us, and we'll just make a big push across the system. And we've got tons of supplies, which is what we should be doing. We should be carrying lots of supplies instead of doing what I do, which is continually run out of them. We've got tons of fuel. There's no pirates about at the moment. The hegemony don't hate us. We managed to build our reputation of the hegemony back up after losing it at the start of the video. But Sharu's just up here. We just need to dock with the Sharu in the dark. Nope, I didn't mean to stop. Okay. The only thing is we need to get out of this hegemony detachment sensor range and then go dark and dock. Okay. Trade. Oh, so this is the abandoned terraforming platform. I always forget that this planet hasn't got a space station. There we go. Okay. Drugs are worth 422. So we bought them for 217. So we basically doubled our money. I'm happy with that. That's a decent jump in money. There's lots of weapons on offer here. What is this? A heavy machine gun. So let's have a look at just refitting our ships very slightly and also see what's on the market, and then we'll end it there. Nothing really that exciting on the open market. Nothing. There's that shade that I looked at the start of the game. It looks like a cool ship, but it looks very difficult to fly. What about actually refitting our ships? But the heavy machine gun, it does 40 times 4 damage. This does 60 damage. It does 400 damage per second. This does 320 damage per second. They have the same range. The heavy mauler is supposed to be very good. I put it on the ship before. Only 200 TPS, but it's got high explosive ammo, which means it doesn't do a lot of damage to hulls or to shields, but when it gets through the hull, it will kill you very quickly. I think maybe if I had 2 mounts, I'd put a heavy mauler on it. What about... See, I can replace these light machine guns with Vulcan cannons, which are great at shooting down missiles and stuff. But I think I want the machine guns actually to help me out. What I think I'd really like is just a light dual autocannon here. Anything better for this guy? Can I give him some dual machine guns? No. Just light assault cannons. Any better missiles? Give him harpoons, but I think having salamanders works quite well actually. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, right. So next time we will look into buying another ship. We'll level our character up and we will move on to greatness. And that will be the last time we lose our fleet with the last video. So thank you for watching and I will speak to you later. Bye.